welcome to our October the 4th, morning ceremony service. I have cards, we'll pick, we'll meditate on uh, the heavens. I recommend getting this app. It is lovely. It's a sky, star, something. I don't know, just anything that time passages. Just for the chart. But you don't have to, you just listen to me. I'm gonna try to do these more often every morning. I saw there's some other people that were doing something called the Aquarian Services or Community Services. And I want to emphasize that we here we don't have any relationship besides that name. But we don't have any relationship or anything to do with any other group organization. Some of them, they have the idea that we're moving into a new age, but then new ageism goes out there into weird stuff. You can even get caught up in the QAnon conspiracy theory, which is ridiculous. A government psyop, obviously. Just like January 6th was, they lost count of how many undercover feds they had in the whole thing. Now, I would like to take this moment to reflect. Let's get centered. Let's breathe. I'm out in beautiful nature. We have a lot of air energy, a lot of mind, so let's try to get into our body. Let us adopt an attitude of gratitude. Let's give thanks for this moment in time. For where there is life, there is hope. And that we still have time. Because we're here. But let us also reflect on the temporality of this. And let us also reflect upon that light within. And let us feed that and let us get centered and let that light surround us. Healing, nourishing, protection, guidance. In this valley of darkness, may we call upon the gods of our ancestors and our ancestors' spirit. Let us give thanks for their hard work in the bringing about of this miraculous self. Let us strip ourselves from that which is illusory, damaging, any karmic ties that we have picked up through our ignorance and our actions. Let us be relieved from some of the consequences. Let us ask for forgiveness, mercy to the universe, to nature, for our bodies, our light, and how we treat that. Let's make a firm amendment to do the good that we know. Let us be of good spirit. Let us do our penance with joy. Let us have meaningful connections with people. Let us listen more than we speak. I have a hard time with that one. All right. Gemini moon, making that trine to our Libra sun. Now we have Mars is about to come in a conjunction together, aligned in the heavens at the same degree as the South Node, which means it'll oppose the North Node because the nodes always are in opposition to each other, the North and the South. No, the South Node is our karmic ties, and that could be good or bad. When Mars gets there, we're gonna have an action Mars is action, force, energy. That is related with our past karmic stuff. You have a very fiery engagement with a karmic theme. People show up in our lives and they carry out a theme that we have to, we're transmuting everything with love. With the power of love. Here we have the moon in Aquarius, the Seven of Swords. I always take this as what mental air, swords, thing is stealing from us. Thieves in the temple. The temple's our dome. What are we letting rob us of our life force? What mental trap has got us stuck? And even worse, being hurt. A bear trap that every time we move it gets tighter. It's probably something attached to our fake self. So let's acknowledge the illusion of it and it loses power over us. Let us replace, let's clear house and let us build from the heart, from the seat of wisdom. Our conscious, may it be formed in truth. Help us to discern and help us to boldly, courageously act on it. We have Venus in Leo really giving us a heart hug and gently feeding our heart. What's hurting our mind could be hurting our heart. This is being emotionally checked out and ignoring things that need our attention. And while we're ignoring it, thieves are in there taking up space. Well, let us turn those tables and let us reclaim our mental space. Let's thank our brain. Thank you, brain, for doing your work, for helping me to discern left from right, right from wrong. Thank you for your work. It's all right to take a rest sometimes, and we put our mind, that monkey mind, to sleep. And we use it when necessary, and we thank you for that. Help us to cut out that which is keeping us from moving forward on our destined path, not our fated one. Help us to exercise our free will in accordance with truth, beauty, justice. Help us to balance relationships in our life. Help us to give, and we know that in giving we receive. That is the law. That is beautiful. Let us think bigger. Let us have courage. Give us strength. Let us go to my magical cards I made up myself, which makes them even more magical. I recommend you do it yourself. You get yourself a blank, one of these, and then write down, usually write down words or whatnot. This is the Black Star, Nephthys. the dark twin of Isis. Nephthys asks us to go. If you want to meet Nephthys, you got to get through Isis, and Isis will see if you're worthy of going to bed with her. It's really her other half. She's both of them. I'm just giving you these mysteries. These are archetypes that come out in story because it talks about our soul's journey. The feminine is the soul, together with the masculine. The masculine, the spirit, feeds the soul, the feminine. We are a combination of spirit and soul here. Let us always remember that. And let us go into the inner Holy of Holies. It's Nephthys, the keeper of the inn, who got turned into a prostitute through Jewish Christianity, who is forever pure, who is the initiatrix into the mysteries, the mediatrix, the great high priestess, Isis, Nephthys, Hecate, Eve, and Lilith. And it is through her that we are, that souls come into this, that are created. So there's some trend in with Andrew Tate and Fit and Finesse podcast, getting old, the gray in my beard. There's this trend about women are no good. There's this one girl, her name is not Grace, but something else. A redheaded lady, young, like 26, who makes shirts that says women shouldn't vote. Now, we could let them vote because voting doesn't matter. We just shouldn't let them drive. I'm kidding. Yeah, so when we're void or when we're trapped in the Judeo-Christian Bible, Christian and Islamic way of treating women, it could go wrong where they're oppressed. But then when we lose spirituality and we lose this knowledge and metaphysics even, then you just look to, but they don't even appreciate a woman for like bringing life into the world. So that's one thing that spirituality does do, and that Aquarianism can bring. And also what it does with sex, it makes it sacred. And now if you are somebody who's older, somebody who's younger, somebody who's not in a relationship, somebody who's single, really cultivate, if you're a man, I don't know how it is for a woman. I'm sorry. Woman is the goddess. And she turns men into gods, animals into humans. The feminine is the path of severity, because Mother Earth chews you up, spits you out. But she also feeds us and nurtures us. She's got two sides, so you want to tap into that. The nurturing side Thank you for sustaining me. Oh, beautiful. Everything. Earth. Very. Who gives me my very being. The Queen of the Heavens. The keeper of the secret, the keys to the mysteries, going in silence and stillness, and there she teaches us. And we remember that this is an experience we took on this avatar to experience for the growing of that light. To bring it to this dark place where we're trying to raise up out of our animalism into humanity. And that's not even fair, because there's animals that aren't nearly as wicked as humans. May the goddess of heaven and earth pour its grace on us and forgive us. Forgive us for turning beauty into smut and then being addicted to it. Let us turn to her, and she will give us strength as we fight on, my fellow warriors. She's so beautiful. She's a black Madonna. Let's ask for an oracle card. This one really wants on top. Weight of the world. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. Backwards, but the weight of the world. Boundaries. Let it go. This is in alphabetical order, so that might be one of the last cards. Oh, you don't need to carry it at all. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty and bogged down by the weight of the world. This card is a reminder to look after your well-being before anyone else's. I said that yesterday. We're no good to other people if we're not good to ourselves. So stop carrying the world's problems on your shoulders. Yeah, that's kind of egocentric to think that we could solve all the problems of the world. But let us not also check out. To put on your own oxygen mask first. In these changing times, which is always, but especially now as we're changing. I mean, technology has changed everything quickly. It's hard not to feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet, especially if you read the news. 2 kids riding to school. It's hard not to feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet. However, you can't take on its problems from a place of energetic depletion. This card is thanking you for caring so much. You want to build a better world and ease the road for others, and that's incredible. But the way you've been doing so is likely unsustainable. This isn't to say you should switch off to the world's problems and become unconscious. Rather, it's a call to establish clear boundaries so you're not constantly taken out energetically. The planet needs you to be healthy, both physically and emotionally. So instead of digesting the news or reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up, guilty, show up first to a nourishing practice such as meditation. Soul inquiry. Deep breathing. or exercising in nature. Once you're in a state of grace and your inner well is full, you can face the day, the state of the world, and care for others. You can pick it up again the next morning if you so choose, but give yourself time to rejuvenate and rest. What are you carrying that isn't even yours? We're responsible for our own salvation, soul, tending to our soul. And this world has many things to drain it and beat it up. So we have to keep on going back to the well to get filled up with grace from Grace herself, Venus. Where do we find her right now? In Leo, in the heart, beautifying our shining our diamond. Covering our heart, this beautiful green apple in gold, redeeming the times where we bit from the apple of the wrong tree. Think about, go to your heart space, look at this beautiful, bringing this beautiful green. And what we're doing, we're just recognizing the green energy vibration spectrum. Bring white light into that, gold light into that, and let that green grow. Oh, breathe that in, breathe that out. Expand. That's our heart space opening up. Let's bring in love and light. A beautiful golden hue. Behold, everything is new. Let's do a water ritual. Ceremony and ritual. There's power in it. Magic. With our intention, our willpower, our focused energy into this water. The loving, living waters from this beautiful earth. May we inject love and health and the highest light frequency of forgiveness and strength. Let this water quench our soul as it is infused with the highest of the holiest of spirits. So it is. So may it be. What you want to do? What you want? I always say that. What you want to do is when you want to seal something, you take the first letter in the alphabet, A. That's when we start off. Ah. And then you want to go to the last letter of the alphabet, which for English is Z. And then you want to go to the middle, which is M in the middle letter of our alphabet, 13. And that's how you go from air, into the Z, which is Zoroaster, the light, Shin, the second to last letter. And then T is Tav, the seal. So Z, the seal. So Y. So I guess go from A to Y. Y could be like, is that like, it's a yod. So that is kind of fire. Anyways, so letters, you open up a seal. You start with the T, opening up the seal, or A. Start as a magician. 1, air, dot. Bring that in, and then you're gonna reach out to fire. Towards the end of the alphabet. So let's say Z. Oz, as, and then go to the middle. Because that's thesis, antithesis, synthesis. The trinity of experience. And that is, that's how you bring something into manifestation, into the earth. Ideally, you have an altar, which is a door, which is a chessboard. It's good. Set up a chess, have the black and white checkerboard, and then have pieces and put them into places, and you're creating something on a microcosmic level, but then it reverberates throughout into the macrocosmic level. And we match up the macro with the micro, the heavens and the earth, as we build a ladder, a bridge. Not to escape, but to bring them together in harmony. Libra season asks us to do this. All right, this is fun. Let's have a good day. Let us be at ease. Let us be at peace as we bring peace to this world.